Welly, welly, well, well. A little bit of decompression time and time for a martini break. Along with a martini break, with the appropriate amount of time involved, it's also time for a box opening from Deer Challenge. And we've been waiting for this delivery from Keith Titanium for a bit of time. Really looking forward to some of their products that look extremely interesting online, and we'll have an opportunity to run some test and evaluations, or some, in our terminology, a few tips or tests in progress. So packaging from Keith Titanium, it's very nice. We've got some air bubble wrap. Looks like we've got some intermittent foam. Shoe heels? Don't know. And getting to the basics here. I've somewhat forgotten what was exactly ordered because this has been in process for a while. Not sure about actual availability of products from Keith Titanium, but obviously they're available now. This will be a folding knife. And again, all products are supposed to be 100% titanium. This is coming in a nicely packaged tube with some instructions, obviously in English and in Chinese. Little carry bag, little nylon carry bag with a tape up, or a take up on the for the lanyard on this. And the knife unfolds with a definite click. There is some serration on one side, and looks like we've got a take-up slider here to help hold that into place on the internal tabs. So instead of running through everything individually and with an awful lot of detail, we'll just identify this box opening at this time. Another tube with, I believe, if memory serves, that we have a spoon, a knife, and again, this is a folding spoon, folding knife, and this is probably a folding fork or folding spork. And it is actually a spork. So similar to some other titanium folding sporks that we've handled in the past, and we will have an opportunity to get into these in a little more detail here in the near future. So without further ado, there's quite a few boxes on the inside of this box. So let's go with this. This will be a titanium pocket flask, again made by Keith Titanium, imported from China. These are all offshore products, and well, it may just be better when we have a little more time to go into these. I was hoping to just slide this out, but it seems to have a bit of a take-up on the inside. Here we go. Okay now. So this is a little interesting. A little different than the typical titanium or any flask. Actually, the compact nature of this, you can see the seam here. So this is two pieces that are brought together. It came with a funnel, which is supposed to be titanium as well, and a very, very small cap. There is no O-ring on the inside of this that I can see, and so checking the leak possibility will be interesting, and going at altitude will probably cause a leak, but we'll see. So in any event, some nice tight threads. Let's look at the threads on this piece here. Those are not flat threads. They do have a bit of an edge to them. But again, I like the size of this. Will fit into most breast pocket or even a hip pocket very easily. There's no curve to it or any other arch. It's simply nice and rectangular in shape, and it'll be interesting to play with. Don't think it'll hold a martini, so we'll go ahead and take some more of this. Now, also, we recently acquired, this is not part of this order or this shipment, but the Hate Dust Project bottle opener on a somewhat of a dog tag type of a shape. And great people there at the Hate Dust Project. Great organization, fundraising organization. This next box will be a double-walled titanium bowl. That's one of the products that attracted me to this company for a traditional shaped bowl in titanium, and it's a double walled. It's going to be quite interesting. Flat on one end, bit of a shape, actually more of a, not a bevel, but an angle, a flat angle to it. Like a nice, actually a nice dog dish or cat dish. Don't have any rocking per se, and a bit of an angled look out here. Nice and lightweight. And again, this would be the double-walled titanium bowl. I'm not sure. I believe that there are going to be several sizes. This does not indicate the size of this bowl. Moving along, we have, of course, this is along the blind side. Okay, another titanium bowl. I think this is going to be a bit smaller than the last one. And again, looking very forward to using these in the field. Now this is two titanium bowls with the more traditional rounded shape. And again, more of the traditional Asian rounded bowl shape. Keep the titanium displayed quite specifically there. This is a 250 milliliter size according to the print, and no indication of rocking or wobbliness. Interior has a nice rounded shape to it as well, with a flat bottom. Two bowls in the one package. Bit of a surprise for me. Moving over here, we've got a double-walled titanium mug with lid. This will probably be a little more like traditional titanium mugs. Well, no, actually not. So it seems to be separate and seems to fit very snugly on top. Snugly? Or did I say snuggly? Snugly or snugly? So the lid does fit pretty snug, and does not come off very easily, even being shaken. Shaken, not stirred, right? Okay. No vent hole on this, so, but that would be preferable under some circumstances. I would imagine that steam would probably be able to escape, because this is probably somewhat airtight, but it'll probably vent a bit. But again, the lid is, the specs on the lid allow for a pretty snug fit. Wasn't able to get it to come loose now, but with a little bit of a snap to the shake, the lid does come loose. This will be a 450 milliliter size or 15.2 ounce size mug. No handle on this, by the way, which was probably pretty obvious. Switching over here, we have a coffee cup with saucer and spoon. So that may be all integral to the box, or integral to the kit. We've been waiting for delivery for these products for some time, so my memory of exactly what was ordered is a little on the thin side. So this very traditional type cup, be perfect for espresso or a cappuccino. This has a saucer. Titanium plate that appears to have been stamped with the Keith logo, Keith Titanium logo. Cup seems to fit inside just right. and a demi-spoon. You wouldn't think that I would know the word demi-spoon, but yes, a demi-spoon for coffee or cappuccino. Relatively flat, and of course with the Keith Titanium logo. This is a 150 milliliter or 5-ounce size cup. Well done. Slip some of these back together, keep them in proper perspective. Moving along, now we are with the double-walled titanium mug with folding handle and lid. Now I could have swore that the other one said a folding handle as well. Now this seems to be a bit different than the mug that we looked at earlier. This does have a different style lid. It is a plastic or plastic-like lid with a pivoting access cover for drinking or closing this off. This also has a vent hole here that when in the open position, the hole is open, and when enclosed, or when closed, the vent hole is not open. Now this one has the folding handles, very similar to other titanium or camping backpacking cups or mugs. The handles fold close to the body of the mug, and this is a 600 milliliter sized or 20.3 ounce mug. Keith Titanium again. Getting to the bottom of the shipping box, we've got two more boxes. This is a double-walled titanium mug with lid. This is probably going to be the next size down from the one we just opened. And again, if memory serves, I think that that will be leaving the last box for one of the more interesting pieces from Keith Titanium. Yes, this does not have the handles, and the labeling does not say handles. It has a similar type lid of plastic or plastic-like material. It is somewhat hard. It's not soft like some other materials that you might encounter, although it does seem to have a not an O-ring, but a ring here, a seal ring, made of a more pliable like material, possibly a silicone, hopefully a silicone, because that'll help with heat. And then the interior of this mug is nice and smooth, and this is a 600 milliliter or 20.30 or 20.3 ounce. So that should be the same size as that larger mug that we looked at earlier with the plastic and silicone style lid. The lid does fit on very tightly. Matter of fact, with a little extra exertion to get that to go on completely tight. Now, I'm going to hope that this next item is what actually led me to have some interest in Keith Titanium. Most of these products, as you're well aware, are very typical of titanium backpacking and outdoor products. Beautiful vodka martini, obviously dirty on the side. Dirty on the side? No, it's dirty right inside. And 3 olives, which is proper and traditional. Now, with that in mind, this is this is what led me to have some interest in Keith Titanium. It's a titanium mini coffee and tea maker. If you've got any knowledge about web-based products or titanium backpacking or outdoor products, you know that using a camp stove butane or what have you, in order to make your coffee. I really enjoy espresso, or a very strong coffee. This product may very well be one of the most compact designs for a coffee maker that you can take backpacking. One of the, well, I didn't expect this, but it looks to be leather, probably real leather. Based on the smell, I would say yes, real leather. And based on the texture, real leather. It has the Keith logo. Zipper here. This looks like something that, I don't know, maybe a lady friend might take out of her purse, you know, a compact or what have you. Now, I have never handled this device in the past, so, you know, bear in mind that this is strictly off the cuff, right out of the box. This has a logo that is the Keith logo here on the lid, Keith logo here. This is a 200 milliliter or 6.7 ounce, probably the cup. This bottom section is going to be the cup. The lid definitely stays on. It's not coming loose, and definitely has some very good friction to it. Now that may wear out, that may become loose over time, but pulling this off, you can see that there's an insert here and a funnel-shaped device on the inside. This insert, I believe, okay, yeah, it does. This removes, so this is held in by tension as well. The funnel-shaped device is actually the screen or the filter for making your coffee or your tea. Those filter holes are so small that, let's see if I can get some illumination from the inside. Yeah, so you can get some illumination from the interior of this. You can see how fine that mesh is. And I'm pressing on it with my thumb. It's not delicate to the point where it would cave in or would lose its consistency, or lose its, trying to think of the right word, the presence of it. In other words, it's not like paper or plastic that would compress in being pressed. And I'm using some considerable pressure, hand pressure there, without any deviation or without any damage to this funnel. Now the funnel part, again, is the filter. So you would wash this. You would use this and wash it. Interestingly enough, well, maybe it does have. I was going to say from here it looks like it does not have. Okay, so there is a screen from the inside of the funnel, from the very bottom of the funnel. I thought that was solid, but that is. So it's got screen-like texture all the way around it, except for the ring at the bottom of the funnel, which of course probably helps with some support. So the way that this works, and we'll have to do this in the field, is you've got this double-walled cup that you can use for drinking. The support piece fits here. I'm going completely off of memory right now, but this is the support tripod, if you will, over your cup. Then you take, meaning me and whoever, you take your funnel or your filter and rest it here. At this point, I guess if you were in the field and you wanted to make sure your coffee didn't get any bugs in it or any debris, you could always put the lid there. However, you boil your water, you put your coffee grounds, in my case, my espresso grounds, into the funnel, and then you pour your water from a kettle or one of the other, well, obviously a single-walled cup, because you can't boil water in a double-walled container. You take your boiling water or your very hot water and you pour it in on the top of this funnel. It functions as a drip filter or a drip coffee maker. You know, some of us have seen the drip coffee makers. I know Darwin has used his drip coffee maker from time to time. Personally, it's not my preference of a coffee maker. I like the espresso maker that is also known as the one that boils up from the top, the Bidati, I believe is what it's called. And the style of coffee maker that I'm thinking of, that has the bottom container or the bottom container that holds the water, and then there's a funnel-like device on the inside. The water boils up through the center and then comes out into the upper chamber. Is what I would usually use in the outdoors or when I'm away from a kitchen. However, this will probably function quite well. And I have had coffee, personally I've had very strong coffee made with a drip style coffee maker or a drip style maker. But this is all self-contained, and once done, it looks like it would be pretty easy to clean out. And then, of course, if I'm putting this in correctly, this would go back into kit. You could probably even put some of your, a baggie of your coffee grounds in there or what have you. Then the lid fits on here. It stays on pretty tightly, although that I would not call that airtight. Well, I guess it would be airtight if it's resting on top until you get some heat, and then it would force its way out. And then it goes into this nice leather carrying case. The leather carrying case could be dispensed with. In a backpack, you could probably just toss that entire kit into another small stuff sack for convenience sake and for weight, if weight is a real premium issue for you. So this, again, this is what led me to keep titanium. Looking forward to testing this in the very near future. With that, salute. And safe travels.